Welcome to SIssues. We are two sisters with issues and a need to work them out, and we're inviting you along for the ride.
Here we are taking the big things we have in common. Our love for Outlander, inappropriate humor, and why people do the things they do. Mix this up with our dirty lady mo's, and this podcast is born.
But don't worry, we'll explore other issues too.
Because you know,
when you have sisters, you have issues.
If you are easily offended or don't appreciate the creative use of colorful Canadian cursive language, this is not the podcast for you.
Hello, welcome to SIssues.
Hello. It's me, Sher.
And it's me, Phyl. How you doing, Sher?
I'm
so full of cookies. I'm done with cookies now.
I thought you were baking cookies.
Yeah, I can't even tell you how many dozens I've made.
Dozens?
Yeah, and I had two cookies
hundreds.
and I'm done. Yeah.
So you've ate hundreds of cookies.
No, I made hundreds of cookies. I just haven't eaten hundreds of cookies. I ate 2 and I'm done.
How many has my son eaten?
I didn't even see him eat any yet. I told him it was part of supper.
Oh, well, I'm sure he has eaten.
Give him time. Maybe he was busy doing something.
He loves cookies.
Yes.
He's a cookie monster.
Well, guys, we are back to season 3. We are doing episode 2 today of Outlander called Surrender.
Surrender.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite seasons. So make sure that you go ahead, skip the recap, go directly to the song, and we are raring to go.
Oh, well, she's raring to go. I just am hanging around for a little while. No, I'm going to count you down, and as soon as I hit 1, you are going to hit play. I see on my numbers 46 seconds and 55:17 at the end. Just, to give you a little helpy with that. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. And we're singing a song of lass that is gone.
I've never heard this song before.
Really?
Well,
right? It goes a little like this.
Well, but this is actually derived from a song. They just changed the words up a little bit.
Right.
It's an actual song.
It is.
Skyboat song.
The Skyboat song. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're saying that like we're giving them new information that everybody would not have known that. But yeah, they just switched the lad to lass, and that's it. That's the only difference. And no, it's not this. You're not giving them new information.
But I didn't know it the first time I watched it.
Well, that's because you're special.
Right.
In a lot of ways.
It took me, I think the second time around. I actually looked it up.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I didn't tell you the very first time we watched. I just thought you might have probably knew, but
I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
You don't know what you didn't know.
No. Didn't know what I didn't know.
No.
Righty.
Surrender. And
what are they posting?
What are they posting?
A picture of me.
Oh, and guys, this is how a post happened back in the good old days.
Broadsheet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's called a post. This was a post.
And
that was for Red Jamie or the Dunbonnet.
He looked pretty Scottish, rough, in
the book it made sense to have a dunbonnet because he would put all of his hair under the bonnet.
Yeah.
So they couldn't see his red hair. That's why it made sense to have a dun bonnet, a shit bonnet. So he put it all under the shitty colored bonnet so nobody could see the red hair. So It wouldn't be a tiny little bonnet on top of this flaming red locks.
No.
Right? So that was kind of funny.
Fergus looks so much taller now. He grew from season to season quite a bit.
Which is good because time did go past.
Yes.
And he did grow. And then we got young Jamie there and
Rabbi, like
Rabbi McNabb.
he grew a lot
Yeah.
in one season. He
Uh-huh.
got so tall, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't think that's the same kid.
No, it's not
No.
the same kid,
No.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, and we got Rabbi McNabb is played by a kid who has like the most Scottish name ever, Stuart Campbell.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
still to this day,
First and last name. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they're all grown and doing what kids do, is getting into trouble.
Yeah. Well, they're exploring. They're boys. They can't sit still. They gotta be looking for something all the time, right?
Yep. And well, look what we have. We have a gun, which is our pistol, which is completely illegal for them to have
Yeah.
in the Highlands. Like no Highland family is supposed to own any kind of pistol or a weapon like that. So
yeah, exactly. And Fergus, he still looks like he's dressed so French, huh?
yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's still got a little style.
Yeah, exactly.
And this, these jerks.
Hello, Samuel Lewis.
Mm.
Ass. And that one red coat on the left, the Scottish guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What a wiener. Yeah.
It's played by Ryan Fletcher. And
yeah,
he plays that part very well. He's a Ryan. Yeah, you could tell.
He's a Ryan. Yeah.
Total Ryan.
Well, and there's Jenny, pregnant again, as usual.
Knocked up again.
Yeah. Well, there was.
I love the look on his face. That's a nice story, bruh.
Yeah, exactly. And he holds a pretty straight face knowing that it's true. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he looks at him like, you're a freaking idiot. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
now with the old housekeeper, how long did she last in the books? Is this pretty true to the story?
Well, I think that I don't think that we really got too much of the help and stuff like that, and the house didn't have a whole lot of backstory to them. Yeah.
I remember when Mary McNabb came there, and
what, in the cave or
when she came to Lollybrook, because Jamie beat her husband. He ended up dying in a fire, didn't he, or something?
Yep. It wasn't accidental or anything.
No.
Because he was the one that ended up,
ratting him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I love how he talks. Have you seen him lately? He's like trim and
Discovery of Witches. He's been working out.
Yeah, he has. And he just, it hasn't been so long that he's been on social media, but man, he's got the hang of it pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're talking about Stephen Cree, if you haven't noticed. We're not talking about Roman Barreau.
Fergus.
He's looking good, though, that young man, for a young man. But yeah, Stephen Cree is looking fine. Yep.
I like horses.
Yep, they're talking about that son of a sea sucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Corporal McGregor, turncoat he would be.
Yeah,
because now he's working for the British Army.
Yeah, traitor
he is.
Yeah, not to the British, but to the Scottish people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder how long they kept him for, like normally, because they said, this isn't the first time they've taken him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they take them until they can't,
Yeah.
Until they don't have anything to charge them with, and then they send them home.
Ooh, it's a Sasquatch.
It is. It's a sassy squatch.
Sam Squanch.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I guess it would make more sense if they had him like rub his hair in dirt or something. At least it doesn't look so flaming red.
Yeah.
Like they could have like dirted it up so it didn't look red when the sun hit it.
Yeah, but especially with the mustache and the beard, it just,
Yeah.
know, there's
Yeah.
no escaping.
Yeah.
But he sure looks different, eh? Like,
Oh yeah.
definitely different. They did a good
Yeah.
job on that.
For sure. For
Don't
sure.
kill it. Don't
He
kill
has
it.
to.
I know. It
Family
makes
needs to
me
eat, man.
sad.
And Jesus,
Yes.
like this dude's strong.
Yeah, he is.
Because they did use a real deer for this. Used a real deer for this. They used a real deer when he was gutting it.
Aw, he's still seeing her.
Of course he is.
That's so sweet.
Yeah,
Haunts his days.
haunts or...
I love that. Scare the bowels out of me instead. Oh, shit.
You scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same.
It was just funny how they put that twist on it. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. And that's the thing, Ian, later on in the books, there's a really great story. I won't spoil it for you. Don't worry.
Why? I don't mind spoilers.
Oh, no, I don't want to spoil it for anybody else.
Oh, okay.
Because that's in the books and the show hasn't happened, so I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay. We'll just talk up to the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, good thing we decided that in season 3.
I'm still waiting for the bees book. So,
yeah. Well, it should be fairly soon, probably in the new year, maybe.
Still not done writing it.
Yeah. Who knows?
So.
We got Droughtlander on both ends, huh?
Yep. Coming out both ends.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah.
Snap, yeah, chop. He's there's just like no life left in him, and it's hard to relate to him like this because this isn't the Jamie we know, right?
Yeah, and that's basically the point of this whole episode.
Exactly.
And that's where we're going with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really, it's poignant in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
The way we go back and forth. And there we are with Claire. Claire's thinking of Jamie now.
Yes.
Because she's rubbing one out with Frank sleeping right beside her.
And she could have that, Yeah. She could still have that, but isn't yet.
Well, but she is like there. You just missed Jamie's bare bum. You were looking down.
No, man. I have it already in my brain.
But you missed it. You missed it. You weren't watching.
There she goes. Almost done. Yeah. Almost done.
It's a tricky situation though, with Frank sleeping right beside her.
Well, and she's a heavy breather, so I'm surprised that he's not waking up to that.
Yeah. But she wasn't quite as loud as she usually is.
Yes, this is true.
And sad. It's just sad.
Again, after all this time, they still can't get each other out of their minds.
Yeah.
I don't know how she does it. Like, how do you continue on knowing, that you're still so passionate about this person? But again, she thinks he's dead, right?
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. I love her house coat there too.
We have a picture of us with a playpen just like that, turned upside down, eating milk and cookies in the summertime, keeping us in the shade.
I don't think it was necessarily to keep you guys in the shade. I think it was more to keep you guys from running away or getting too far away from home.
Yeah.
I think that's why she turned the playpen on top of you.
Yep, it gave us milk and cookies.
To keep you quiet. Yep,
exactly. Well, that's a good way to keep us quiet.
And in place.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how she's just...
I know.
reading the newspaper to her baby girl.
And
Mhm.
she's just a chunky little thing, eh?
Yeah. And she rolled over.
Yes. Aw, so cute.
I love how I love how the English say that about their babe. Oh, you're so clever.
Yes.
Such a clever little girl. So funny.
Oh. Ooh, look at him, Frank. He's still wet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Aw. She got like that little thing tough on the top of her head sticking
Yeah.
straight up. She looks like alfalfa. Yeah. Rub him, Claire. Rub him. Let's get this show on the road.
Oh, goodness.
Aw. But you know what? Just a push up or two, just a little extra muscle on the arm, maybe. I'm okay with the dad bod.
It's a bod.
It's a bod.
What's with calling it a dad bod anyway? I don't
Well,
get that.
I
It's a
don't know.
bod.
He is a dad, and it's his bod. Once you're a dad, you can have a dad bod. Dad bods are not, they're not a certain way. They're just what they are.
There we go, strutting through the water. Oh, I yawned. I'm sorry, guys.
Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest.
I can't remember the rest either.
Something about the field mice and bopping
Bopping
on
them
the
on the head.
head, which is not very nice. Oh, the new kids shows, they don't say that. They say something else.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
That's
I can't
fine.
remember what it is. Scooping up the
I got-
field mice.
I got bopped on the head quite a few times from my own sister, so I'm okay.
I don't know
Without
what you're
Kids
talking about.
bopping people on the
It
head.
was just with a pillow. It was just with a
With
pillow.
a rock hard feather pillow.
Not like the feather pillows we have nowadays.
This feather pillow made my head go into my neck up to my ears.
It was heavy. It was
Mhm.
heavy for sure.
Yeah. We
I had
talked
that
about
for
this
many
before.
years. I had it for a lot of years, though.
Yeah,
think it
probably
was-
more than you probably should have a pillow for.
Oh, yeah. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. And then it finally just started coming out through the pillow itself. So poking me in the ear.
Even his voice.
I know it's
Was-
kind of deeper and
I was really impressed with Fergus here.
yeah.
And the way he just stood up to him and
I just couldn't believe that he pushed him.
yeah.
And again, Jamie's not engaging. He's
Nope.
just take it, leave.
Yeah.
Play with your fish. That's all he wants to do is just play with his fish.
Stick his fingers in the slimies.
Yeah.
And Fergus was wearing a kilt, which
I know, I love
was
that.
just absolutely phenomenal.
That's the first time I ever saw Fergus in a kilt.
Yeah. And here's our Mary McNabb, who is Emma Campbell Jones.
Look at him, just the way he's walking in. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be here.
It's like
And
he has
his-
a pain in his belly.
No, exactly.
Mhm.
And he's wearing that jacket. I freaking love that jacket.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
poor her, she's such a nice lady.
Well, she just
When he's looking up like that, he almost looks dead.
Mm.
Like, look at how deep his eyes are and how prominent his cheekbones are. Like, good job on the makeup on that one.
Yeah.
But he isn't even walking right
No.
for some reason.
No, everything's off.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything is off about him. Oh no, it's a bad
no.
sign.
Oh, Scottish superstition, huh? Just like mom would never let a black cat walk in front of her.
See, this is a really bad idea, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would have been a lot easier to pick up a rock
Right?
and throw it at it.
What's surprising is that he actually hits the bird. Not like he's had a lot of practice with it, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously he's a good shot. He got it the first time.
Yep.
Oh
And
boy.
that's
And
not what
trouble.
we wanted to know about.
Typical teenage boys, though.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Just got to try it.
Damn, damn, damn. That would be hot.
Yes.
But then again, I'm not sure that Jamie would care.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's so good at this, right?
Mhm.
Like just kind of,
Mhm.
cooling things down and not adding to the excitement. And
She should be training police on how to de-escalate situations.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Because that's how you de-escalate shit.
Yeah. Good job. Bravo.
Turn down the fire. Oh, this is so sweet.
And it's so nice to see Jamie with a baby in his arms. Oh, look at the little sweetheart.
I
What a
can't
cutie
remember.
pie.
I think that they did use Jenny's brand new baby. I mean, not Jenny's, Laura Donnelly's.
Oh, did they really?
I believe so, because she had just given birth. Like when she, like not literally on set, but she had
Right.
just had her baby. When,
Wow.
yeah, I believe that's what they did.
Very cool.
If I'm lying, it's not my fault because I heard it from somebody else.
Yeah.
I heard it from somewhere. So
She's lying.
if I am, it's not my fault.
No, but that would be a good idea, right?
We've got things wrong before. We all know this.
Us? You and me?
Yeah, we do that sometimes. Yeah.
No.
Because basically this podcast is just us talking while we're watching a TV show.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So and
dragging you along for the ride.
if you're listening, I mean that's not our fault.
Yeah. But glad you are.
For sure.
Hi, Jamie. Go behind the door. Shh.
This was just as intense while I was reading the book as it is. Like,
Yeah.
I remember reading the book, and this was just, I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Right?
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know where she thought she was going to go get the baby. Not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, Laura Donnelly played this beautifully.
Yes, she did. And calmly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
She thought quick on her feet. I was surprised.
Yeah, for sure. Where'd that train come from?
Sorry.
Somebody hear a train noise?
No, I didn't hear a train noise. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had my phone turned on so that you could text me when you were ready to do our podcast, and then I forgot to put it on silent.
There you go.
See, I'm a good sister.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little slow.
Uh-huh. Just a little bit. Jesus Christ, dude.
He's
I
just want to smack him upside the head so bad.
God.
You know, there's those characters are just
yeah, they're just icky people. Yes, there's bloody hay by the fireplace. What do you think?
Exactly.
God. Yeah, and it's almost to say it. Oh, sorry.
Wake up, sister.
Oh, I can't help myself.
I know.
And to say that your baby's dead when it's not is like, really difficult as a mother.
Well, yeah. And then also just it's as superstitious as they are, right?
Exactly.
If I say my baby's dead, something will happen to my baby.
Yeah. Just say my baby.
My
You
baby.
just say my baby. Oh.
Again, to the rescue.
Mm-hmm.
She put her whole self out there because she could have easily went to jail.
Yep, absolutely. Mm-hmm. For sure. And she's taking the blame for firing it. She's all of those things. I mean, when in the book, Jamie actually puts his finger in the baby's mouth so it can suckle.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. You can just imagine right now
how dirty that fingernail is.
Right? And you just seeing it, you're like,
don't
do it.
No, not at all.
Oh, I want to punch that smug little face so hard.
You know, it's too bad
Ugh.
that there wasn't anything in there. Oh, wasn't there a deleted scene where Jamie killed him or something? Or was that in
I
the
don't
book?
know. I don't know.
I
I don't.
remember hearing something about him dying, whether it was a deleted scene that Jamie killed him or he was killed. I can't remember. If anybody knows, let me know.
No, maybe it's just you. Maybe you dreamt it.
No, but I didn't. Like, I think I remember it.
You think, but you don't know.
I think I remember it.
But you don't know.
If I were to be a guessing girl, I'd be 50-50.
Yeah, I can't.
Aw,
Ugh.
such a cute baby.
And I
Look,
remember in the books too, where she was like, "You've got to leave, like go," and it was just like, oh,
I know.
so you know, you understand, and yeah, it was
I'm
just
glad.
like,
I'm glad she
get
didn't
out.
do that here. I'm glad
Yeah.
it was a little bit different.
Hmm. Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But I think now he's starting
But he
to
was in the
realize.
role. Yeah, yeah. He was in the he was in the wardrobe. In
I
the
think,
book.
especially when she says that, you know, that captain, he
Mhm.
won't stop until he finds you. You know.
Yeah.
And she's so smart to, you know, go dig a grave in the cemetery.
Hmm. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
knows. He knows right here what he's got to do.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
Well, it's about
oh,
keeping the family safe, right?
exactly.
And that he's stayed there for that long. And I
And
always pictured that tiny that cave so much tinier.
right, exactly, exactly. You know, they've been sleeping together for how long now, and this is the first time that, you know, they'll be together, which is surprising considering that when they were in the hospital, how emotionally they were together. I'm surprised that.
Well, you know, well, back then it wasn't 6 weeks, it was something like 2 or 3 months
Yeah.
that you know, they were supposed to wait until they started having sex again.
Yeah.
And then, or 2 months, whatever it was. And you know, baby Brianna was maybe 3 months or so in that. She was just rolled over for the first time.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
3 or 4 months. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And, you know, even back then, a lot of people slept in separate beds. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's obvious. Claire's got needs.
well, and bravo to Frank for an instant pop up.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how fast that works.
Mm-hmm. For, you know, a while anyway.
Yeah. And I think he realizes, you know, when he looks at her and her eyes are closed, that, you know, he kind of flexes his eyebrows a little bit, like, why aren't you looking at me? But he doesn't say anything here. He says it later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just enjoy it, Frank. You deserve it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Just go along for the ride.
Literally.
Literally. Literally.
Oh, and here comes Ian back again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least he has an entourage bringing him home.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Ugh.
Gee, thanks for the ride.
Yeah.
Oh, so what?
That guy just can't stop yammering. He can't stop flapping his lips.
Mm. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say because I dislike that guy so much.
Yeah.
And I'm sure maybe he's a good guy in real life.
Well, you know, most actors are what. Well,
Yeah.
I can't say that. I can't say most people are because not everybody is.
Yeah.
That's not true. I'm
But
pretty
he
sure
plays
that there's just as many actors that have, you know, there's dicks. And I'm not saying he's one. I'm just saying, you know, we can't say that there's absolutely everybody in the world who has a profession in entertainment is a great person, because that's bullshit, just like anything else.
Yeah. Well, at least he plays his role really well.
He does. He's a great actor if he's a nice guy.
You know, no different than Leary, right? Leary,
Yeah.
you just, oh my
Mhm.
God, you love to hate her, but, you
Yeah.
know, outside of her profession, she's a great girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Nell, Nell is absolutely a doll.
Yeah.
And she just got her, she's a yoga master now. She just got her certificate to teach yoga.
Well, and that doesn't surprise me. She's pretty limber. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, she can turn herself into a pretzel.
Yeah. Well done.
Mm-hmm. Now they're following the young guy. This is not cool
No.
because Fergus knows they're following him.
But it's
So
good for
he's-
Fergus that he does know that, you know, that Jamie taught him. I love that he's just running them around in circles.
Yeah, taking him on a wild goose chase.
Yeah.
And he's like, ha ha, ha ha. Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
They got quite a bit of stuff hanging off of their uniform, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
They got their purses, they've got their swords.
Yeah.
Aw, poor rabbit.
It
Tricks are
got
for
caught.
kids. I don't know why it brought me back to the cereal.
Yeah. Everything comes back to food.
Can you imagine living?
He gave him one of those. I remember doing that when I
yes.
was a kid.
Oh, I
You could
remember
do that instead of giving the finger.
Yeah.
Uh
Well, because that is bigger than the finger.
huh.
Maybe
I didn't know what it meant. I
don't
thought it
know.
meant up yours. That's what I thought.
I think
it meant.
that's what I thought
Is
it meant
is that
as
what
well.
It means up yours.
I don't
Yeah.
know. That's what I think it means.
That's what I think it means. See, there he does it again.
Yeah. Maybe it's a French thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it comes from the French. I don't know.
Whoop. Damn it.
Whoopsie. Fergus, why did you have to trip?
He's.
And you think that something would have happened, you know,
Right.
because he just, you
He's
know,
just a son of a
maimed.
bitch. He thinks this is, oh yeah, great.
Yeah, but you have to think, like, why did nothing happen to him? That's why I know, I'm sure that Jamie killed him. I'm sure it got mentioned in the books.
I don't recall. It's been a while since I've done the first three. Because until the publishing date comes out for Bees, I
Yeah.
don't start reading them all again.
Well, it wasn't in this book that they mentioned it. I thought they mentioned it.
Is he Murchison? Was that Murchison? I don't think that was Murchison. Because if it was Lieutenant Murchison that did it, then I'd know. But I don't think it was. No, because that's McGregor.
Yes, McGregor.
Yeah.
But I thought it mentioned later in the books, just, you know, kind of sideline conversation about it.
Oh, that's a filthy, filthy handkerchief that he put around it. Ugh.
Yeah. But better than nothing, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And the hand is just still there.
That's where the thing was born.
Okay. Was anybody else waiting for the fingers to twitch? I was.
Are you serious?
I was waiting. I'm like, it's going to twitch because it's still alive.
But it's not.
No. But the nerves would be
that
dying,
that made me
right?
think of the thing, though. Dun, dun, dun. From, what was it, the Munsters? Yeah.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't think that's the right music.
No, I think that's a cereal. I don't know.
There he goes. It's just like, I've had it. This
Well,
is
that's
too
like
much.
his son, right? That's
Yeah, that is his son.
yeah, exactly.
It is his son. And just the day before, he pushed his son away.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Look what
didn't give
happened.
him, yeah, exactly. That's the problem right there.
And right away he calls him "we fool." Like right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's because he's talking to him, though.
Yes, exactly.
Right? And Fergus knows exactly what this means.
Yeah.
He knows what this means because they made a deal.
Yeah. And this is the first time they mentioned the deal because the deal was never talked about before.
Well, the deal was talked about in Paris. Well, they talked about it, I guess, off screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
For us listeners, watchers, viewers, obsessors, you know, we wear many hats. Yeah.
The biggest one is crazy.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yes, our hats. Yes. Crazy hat. I actually have that on my desk right here.
There you go.
I had it on earlier for most of the day. I hear that a lot. And not that I know a lot of people that are amputees, but you hear that from people that are amputees that it's almost like a ghost feeling, like you can still feel what's gone, right?
Yeah, it's called phantom limb.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you can feel somebody holding it. Like there was somebody that I knew that had lost her hand, and she said that she felt her husband holding it. Like that's one thing that she felt a lot.
Yeah.
Was because she lost it after she had been married for 20 years. And she said that's one thing that she felt a lot was her husband holding her hand. And it wasn't like, well, of course, it wasn't there. So it was very, I found that very, it sounded oddly comforting, but at the same time, really bizarre.
And not literally like he doesn't have her hand in the nightstand
Right,
or anything
exactly,
like that.
exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Just
Right.
clearing it up for anybody that may have thought that. Yeah.
He wasn't just holding onto her hand and saying,
Right.
"Hey, here's your hand."
I need a hand, honey.
Right. Got it.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look like he looks like a redheaded Jesus?
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
I have become a man of leisure.
Yes, and he has. It's funny, how but that's what they did back then. They did with thieves. They cut off their hand, right? So, and that was his job, was to steal the letters. So I could see why Jamie made that deal with him.
Yeah. My gosh. Now I remember where I have seen her.
Where?
Damn it. Millie. She was on a UK comedy show. Well, it was a sitcom. It's called Fresh Meat, and she was with Jack Whitehall and all these other really great UK comedians, and it's Fresh Meat. That's where I've seen Millie before, and she's Kimberly Nixon. Fucking A. It was bugging me so bad. Yeah, the last podcast we did, I was like trying to figure out where I knew her from.
Oh, okay.
I had binged watched Fresh Meat probably in the summertime. I absolutely loved it. And
okay, so Fresh Meat, did you know you were getting into, or you started watching it because of the name?
I started watching because of the name.
Of course.
And it's just about a bunch of college kids. Like, it's like, I'm an old broad, so when I'm watching this college kids, number one, Fresh Meat, number two, Jack Whitehall. Love Jack Whitehall so much. So that's really why I started watching it in the first place.
Aha. Well, I love this banter back and forth between them, and just the way she's looking at him, you know, and he's enjoying it.
Yeah, and she's like, I can use him. And she had enough to drink.
Yeah, but how she's playing with him, you know, is reminiscent of, you know, how she used to act with him before. You know,
true.
You know, she didn't do this with Jamie because they just went right to it. You know, the closest that she came to doing something like that with Jamie is telling him to take off his shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of playtime.
This was kind of her thing with Frank, making him do what she wanted, right?
Being dominant.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that was a big difference in the relationship that they portrayed in the show for them.
Yeah. Oh, there, at least she's got carpet. You know, it's good if she gets a carpet burn. Woohoo, let's go. But that would be hot. Oh my gosh, right now I couldn't do that in front of the fireplace, man. I'd have a hot flash. It'd be like, get off of me. I'm burning. I'm going to cook off your penis in my vagina. Get off of me. Jeez.
It reminds me of one of the passages in the book of Jamie having sex with Claire while she had a fever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things that he mentioned. It was like his dick getting cooked off. Not quite so eloquently, but
Right.
It's,
He picks the wrong time to have this damn conversation.
right?
Like, just
after
do
you
it,
come,
enjoy, exactly, and then
know?
have the conversation.
and that's the look on her face right now. Is like,
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, Willie's out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but see, it's Jack Randall who doesn't mind having his dick flopping everywhere.
Right. This is true.
Frank is like, my pee-pee's out. I don't want my pee-pee to be out.
Yeah. Well, Claire, he did call you out, which is sad.
But at the same time, Claire is saying, hey, we weren't supposed to talk about this. Thanks.
Yeah. But
she didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like,
nope.
She was doing what she was asked to do, not talk about it. She's still putting out. She's still not making a big deal out of this. But apparently she needed to have her eyes open. It's all about having her eyes open. So if you wanted to make a big deal out of that.
Yeah. But wrong time. Like, wait till the end and then make a big deal at least.
Time and a place for everything. And your dick was in the right place. Your brain was at the wrong time.
But, I can understand it coming from Frank because he's like still 100% into this and she's not, right?
Well, so he obviously wasn't 100% into it because he kept on looking at her eyes instead of concentrating on her orgasm.
Yeah. I think though he knew even after the first time that she was thinking something just by that little twitch in his eyebrow when they were in bed.
See, and if, let's just say, if he would have taken a moment and done what he asked her to do.
Yeah.
And he asked her never to speak of it again.
Yeah.
If he would have stopped thinking about it all the time, then maybe he would have stopped noticing all these little tiny things.
Yeah.
So.
And it's sad, they cut the tapestry.
Yeah.
The family coat of arms.
Yeah.
No, they're not, Jamie. I'm sorry. And she looks so sad at him. You know what? I feel you, Mary. I feel you. And that's a family crest story. That's not coat of arms.
Yeah. Phyl.
Coat of arms are actually issued to a family. It's just not something they have. So
yeah,
I know I made a mistake. You know what?
Whatever.
Kiss me arse in English.
Okay.
English.
Here goes the plan.
And she looks like, are you freaking crazy?
Yeah. But
just a look on her face.
Yeah. And that was something that Claire had told him that, everybody would be hanged up until a certain point. They'd stop hanging them and they just imprison them.
Yeah.
So he's waited out that time. Like that time has gone past. Like it's been like, I don't know, 7.
And it's funny though, you think that they would have made an exception for him because he was such a good catch, right? Mm-hmm. That he was the one that they were looking for from day one, right? Yeah. Everybody else they stumble upon, I totally get it, but he was like first prize.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that they just jailed him.
Yeah. But that was the thing. It had got to a certain point where there was no point in hanging them anymore. It was just time to throw them in jail.
More civilized now.
Yeah.
Can I come into your cave?
Can I come into your cave?
Can I come smell your hair?
Can I come into your cave?
He looks like Chucky right there.
No, he doesn't.
Standing in the, yeah, he did. He looked like Chucky for a second.
Chucky didn't have a beard and long hair.
Oh my gosh. Nobody still looked like Chucky. Oh, now he still looks like broken Jamie.
Now she's giving him a shave.
Yeah. So
That's
gentle.
nice. She must have. Imagine all the little tiny hairs that are all over him.
Oh, yeah.
God, she's going to have such an itchy bush later. Ugh.
Yep.
It'd be horrible.
And he's so pale because, of course, he's had that beard and mustache for, almost 7 years?
Yep. Yep. And they have, look at the paunchy butt. The paunchy butt.
I'm glad that, eventually they, made pants that are a little tighter in the rear end for guys.
Yep. Yep. It's just that, the whole idea of the drawstring thing is.
She is brave. I have to give her credit for doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And man, she's got a muscular chest, eh? And her shoulders are almost like in a U shape. Like she's got good muscle up there.
But it looks more like she's so.
Wonder if she's a bodybuilder.
No, she looks more bony to me.
No, but it's her. She's got these really good shoulder muscles, right, that come down from her neck that make it look almost like round.
Look at her ribs. Oh, man. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't want them to do it.
Of course you didn't. Nobody wanted Jamie to have sex with anybody else but Claire.
I understand why they did. I totally get why they did. But when I first watched it, I'm like, no, don't do it. Yeah. Had nothing to do with her. And they both need it. I get that.
That's the thing. It's not about, this isn't about sex.
No.
This is about intimacy.
Yeah.
This is about having somebody close to you. And like Jamie hasn't had anybody touch him in a meaningful way for a very long time. Yeah. And that's what this is about. It has nothing to do with sex or love. It has everything to do with just intimacy. And
I don't think she's ever had that because she definitely didn't have it with her husband.
Right. Yeah.
He was a douche canoe.
He was an abusive piece of shit. And she probably had never had anybody be so gentle.
Exactly.
Right. So.
There's a lot of boobies on Outlander. That's one thing I have noticed. On all sides.
Yeah. Just look at her bones and her back and no,
and
I just think this was something that was necessary. And so many people were upset about it and mad about it. Even in the books. Yeah. I mean, even when it was ridiculous how, it was just like Jamie was only supposed to die pining for Claire. And it was just like, why?
He still is a sensual human being. You give him credit. It's been almost 7 years. So, and now he's going to jail for how long? So, let him have this.
Yeah. Well, and regardless, you can love somebody for the rest of your life. Doesn't mean you can't dip your wick every once in a while. Come on.
Yeah.
It's fine if Claire has sex with Frank. That's not a problem. But the minute Jamie wants to have sex, fuck you. Yeah. Let him. Look at that little face.
She looks like an elf. She looks so cute.
So red hair.
I love that.
Red hair and those blue eyes.
And I love the little yellow chapeau. Is so cute. Toque. It's toque. It's a toque.
I like the changes that the Paris apartment is going through.
Yeah. Well, it changes, every few years, right? different furniture, different wallpaper, different paint.
Yeah. But then you just have these little fixtures that are changing in it too. Like,
Yes.
like,
and she did say Paris apartment because this is also the Paris apartment.
yeah. Oh, Paris apartment, duh, Boston apartment. Thanks.
Yeah, but it's also the
I know,
Paris.
I
It's
know.
also Paris. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
But see, you didn't even know what you said, and you said it.
I said it. Oh, Dr. Sims, the other poopy poops.
Her hair's a little bit fluffy on the top, like
Yeah.
on the sides. Oh,
Nice.
I want to smack his ass.
I know, right?
Oh,
Modern. Yeah. Mentions having a black student and having a woman.
and now
So-
she gets it.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? It doesn't sway her one way or the other. So,
Nope. That was Jeffrey McGivern. Must be nice to go on a show and just be a dick for a minute.
yeah. Well, and what's kind of cool about this is back then you did wear a suit, you know, if you were in university or
Yeah.
whatever.
Don't move or anything. Little jackass hammer.
Yeah. You know what? I'd stick my fingers up in his nose and I would drag his butt off of that seat.
Give him a
That's
little
why I couldn't have
slap in
lived
the
back
back.
then. I couldn't
Yeah.
have lived back then.
Well,
Just-
we were raised not to live back then, though.
yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, exactly.
We were raised not to take any crap. And
Not
there
to
we
be
go.
rude or ignorant, but to stand
Oh
up
no!
for
Oh no!
ourselves.
Mom didn't mind us being rude at all when it came to that kind of stuff. When we were being bullied
Oh,
and
that's different.
treated
Yeah.
badly, Mom had no problem with us telling people to just go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, and here is Will Johnson.
Well, and Claire doesn't even think twice about that. So
Nope, absolutely not. Will Johnson becomes her best friend, Joe Abernathy.
what a good guy.
Yeah. Well, he sees a kindred spirit,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
And you know what? To hell with everybody else in the room.
And I did an interview with Will Johnson, Mr. Joe Abernathy, that you can find in the archives of bootlanders.com. It was a really great interview. He's an awesome guy. He's also a DJ. Hello,
Very
hello.
cool. Did I
Yeah.
know that?
Well, that means that you haven't read the interview I did with him. How rude.
Well, I was just going to say, because I'm new to Outlander and you've been writing your articles for a while, that you should actually repost that for people that are new to the group.
I will probably repost that after we do this podcast.
I think that's a really good idea
Maybe I will.
because everything that you post, I read.
Now.
Well, now that I'm into Outlander.
Oh, the separate beds.
Yeah, that's sad, but understandable.
Yep.
Oh, Ginny, don't do it.
There he goes.
Yeah, and he had to put his hat on.
Yeah, the dun bonnet.
Yeah.
I'm home. Here I am.
Can you imagine what she must have been feeling, knowing that this is just all bullshit and
Yeah. But
there's nothing she can
turn
do
him
to
in.
stop it?
Yeah.
But he was smart to do that, though. That
Mhm.
way she got the reward, right?
Yeah,
and that would help
exactly.
Lollybrock
Yeah,
because he wouldn't be
Exactly.
around to help, right?
exactly. Yeah, it was all about making sure that Lollybrock was taken care of.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's a good man right there, you know,
Yeah.
worrying about the
Mhm.
family.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
part of this feels like she meant it when she said it, right?
Yeah. Well, when she took the money, that's
Yeah.
what when she yells at him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That.
That was mad. That
Yeah,
was anger.
that
And
was-
he knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Yeah.
his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jenny, forgive him.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll never forgive him for making her take that money,
Yeah.
even though she knew they needed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it was going to be the only thing that got them through
Yeah. And there lays the hat.
of the dun bonnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's fine. He's content because This was his plan to begin with,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which is sad. The bagpipes. I like the bagpipes.
Playing away in Boston as
Yeah.
she's off to school. And you know she's thinking of Jamie right now,
And
hearing that.
Did they have daycare back there? You know, who's watching the baby?
Well, of course there's somebody watching the baby,
But
silly.
it was unusual though for a woman to have a job,
Mhm.
or especially a woman to go to school. So it's not like they had like
Well,
daycares.
they had nannies.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
she must have had a nanny.
Mhm.
But that part they never talk about that
No,
I know.
that was
of
one
anyway.
thing that was something that Katrina spoke about. That was one thing that she was sad that they didn't include one of the scenes from the books that had Brianna getting hurt while she was at work.
Uh-huh.
And having to rush home and all of that stuff. That being one of the conflicts of
Right.
Claire working and having Brianna at home, and so that was one of the things that she said that she wished was included, but wasn't. Yeah.
Well, I wonder what's going to happen with season 7 with her and Sam being producers.
Even season 6, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Jumping ahead.
Jumping way ahead. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I think they did a really good job even in the last bit of season 5. You could see where their input started making a difference. I don't think it was making huge amounts of difference. More so, I think in the final couple episodes. But I think they're really going to. I think the difference lays in how their characters develop.
Yeah.
Because they know these characters inside and out. They understand what they want them to look like as well. So even some of the things that people don't understand so much that even in prior seasons to season 5, Kat and Sam have had a lot to say about how Jamie and Claire are portrayed, and things that they've done with the role. So they're pretty protective of their characters, and now they can be a little bit more protective of the show as a whole, which is really good, and having that continuity. And I think that was something that they spoke of before, is that they like to have more continuity, even if they have a lot of different directors coming on and all that stuff, because they get a visual for one portion. Whereas having that continuity with, Katrina, Sam, Meryl, and Matt, and, all being kind of the big circle going on, it makes it better to have those people on deck all the time.
Agreed.
All right. So,
That's it. That's it.
Holy shit, sis.
Mistress of Science on Reddit. I think this is actually a pretty good holy shit sister. I think it is. I think it's pretty creative. She's got a creative mind.
She does. And, well, kind of a sciencey mind, I suppose we could say. This one starts out with, my family didn't typically get any sugary cereals. So the day we got Reese Puffs was a big deal. I decided to be an excellent older sister and wake up my sister with the news of the delicious new cereal we got, while also playing a terrible prank on her. I grabbed a handful of Reese Puffs, and then in the other hand, a handful of dog food, which was very similar in shape to the Puffs. So I wake her up and give her a taste of the actual Reese Puffs. Of course, they're delicious, so she asks for more. I hand her the dog food, which she promptly places in her mouth and spits right back out again.
That's funny. The fact that they can even afford Reese Puffs is pretty impressive, because the only puffs we got were wheat puffs, and the only sugary part was from the sugar bowl.
Right.
We didn't get any of those fancy ass cereals.
No.
We got the ones that came in the 10-pound bags to last us our childhood.
It's true. It's true. If we ever got the sugary cereals, it was because we had a sleepover with somebody else.
Right, exactly. But I thought, hey, it's pretty good for Mistress of Science to, come up with that. I think she's not so much diabolical. I think she's a real creative.
Yeah, well, and diabolically creative. Come on, she just fed her little sister some. I don't know if it was her little sister.
Dog
Yeah,
food.
it was. Yeah, she fed her dog food and Reese Puffs together, and that was really quite smart and diabolically smart.
I think so. Like, holy shit, sis! Like that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
how to do that, and you can do that to your children. I mean,
I don't want to give my kids dog food. Thanks.
I think it would be kind of good prank for your kids too. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I think so too. So have you fed anything to your sibling that they didn't know about? We want to hear those stories. We want to hear all about
Did you do
it.
that to me? Did you ever do that to me? I'm trying to think.
Never.
You
Never
used-
did.
Oh, you
When
used
mom
to
used to say, give her half the pudding, you got a third.
Yeah.
That's
That's
that I
probably
know
true.
because I was greedy when it came to Jell-O and pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Ice
And
cream, that's okay. It came in like the big 40-gallon things in the
Mhm.
deep freeze. So, but
Yeah.
no, when it came to Jell-O and pudding, I got 2/3 and you got a third. You're welcome.
I'm lucky I got any. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so visit SIssues.ca. Leave your stories. Just check off the holy shit sister little button and write us down what it is that you did to your siblings, or go to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and send us a DM.